Welcome back, first timers. But if you're new here, I'm David, and this is Terry.
We're the first timers. We're trying things for the first time, and you can too.
Today's episode is going to be a spooky cooking spectacular.
I'm scared already.
Terry has 3 super simple Halloween recipes.
That'll scare the pants right off your Halloween guests.
Oh, pantsless guests?
It's my favorite.
I'm in.
We're going to be making an apple cider donut bread, pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and a super simple fall snack mix. A local member of our first timer family was very kind enough to let me borrow their fancy KitchenAid mixer so I could do a couple baking videos. Thank you to the Johnson family. If anybody has any recommendations on what kind of mixer I should buy in the future, leave a comment down below and let me know. First thing we're going to make is the apple cider donut bread. For this recipe, you're going to need butter, flour, brown sugar, baking soda, baking powder, apple pie spice, 1 egg, apple cider. I think that's it. Okay. First thing you want to do in this recipe is take your apple cider and reduce it by half. So we have 2 cups in here. We want it to reduce down to about a cup. So first things first, we're going to put in half a cup of butter and then a cup of brown sugar. So now we're going to use my fancy borrowed mixer to whisk this together. Here we go. Having this brand new mixer is a game changer. That was so fast. All right, up next, we got 1 egg and a teaspoon of vanilla going in. Woo, okay. Extra vanilla. Now let's mix this together. Next up, we're gonna add in our reduced apple cider and give that a quick mix, and then we'll start on our dry ingredients. Next, we're gonna add in 1 cup of flour to start, a tablespoon of apple pie spice, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and now we're gonna give that a mix. Now we need another cup of flour. 1 more cup of flour going in, and also a half a teaspoon of salt. If it's a little too wet after your 2 cups of flour, just add in a little extra flour until it's a nice consistency. Now that we've got it all mixed up, we're gonna put the batter into a loaf pan. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 50 minutes at 350 degrees. So we just pulled the bread out of the oven, and now we're gonna put a little topping on it. We have a 1/4 cup of butter melted, and then we're gonna drizzle it with a little cinnamon and sugar. Next up, we're gonna make the pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. There are a ton of spices in this one, so I'm not even going to attempt to list off all the ingredients, but we'll list it down below in the recipe. All right, let's get started. First, we're gonna put in our half a cup of butter and our half a cup of brown sugar and half a cup of granulated sugar. And now we're just gonna mix that all up. And now we're gonna go in with 1 egg white, oh no! That'll be okay. Just a little yolk, no big deal. And then a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're gonna mix that all up. All right, next up we're gonna start on our dry ingredients. First off, I'm gonna put in all the spices and just give it a little quick mix. Smells really good. First, we're gonna put in half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, then you need 1½ cups of flour. We're gonna start with 1 and see where we're at. So we have 1 cup in here already, and now we're gonna add the other half and mix it up. Now we're gonna stir in our chocolate chips. 1 whole bag. We got our first batch of cookies going into the oven. The recipe says it makes 12 to 14 large cookies, but it just depends on how big you make your cookies. Cookies are done, they look pretty good. Next up, we have our fall snack mix. Now there are a ton of recipes on Pinterest for this, You can pretty much add whatever you want, but today we're going fall style. We've got pretzels, we've got caramel corn, we've got yogurt covered pretzels, Rolos, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter cups, and peanut M&Ms. A couple handfuls of popcorn going in. Pretzels, yogurt covered pretzels, peanut M&Ms, some of this candy corn type mixture. Nobody really likes it, but you gotta have it for the fun of it. Some Reese's Pieces. I've been craving Reese's Pieces since our last MRE video. Some Reese's Cups. And of course, Rolos. Let's give it a mix. There you have it.
That was a whirlwind of baking fun.
It's a baking adventure for sure.
I had no part in it.
He was behind the scenes.
I had to sit through all the smells, the mixing, and watching it from the corner with a lampshade on my head. So I'm ready to jump in and get a taste for myself. Which one do you want to start with?
Maybe the cookie?
All right.
You want to split it? Have we met?
Not even close. This is the pumpkin chocolate chip cookie.
Yep. Cookie.
Cheers. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, pumpkin-y, chocolate chippy.
It's got that pumpkin pie-esque flavor to it.
Oh, this is really good. Not too dense. This is a great cookie. Definitely would recommend that. It's super simple, especially with that mixer. Thanks again to the Johnson family. Really appreciate it. Maybe a little palate cleanser between the cookie and the cake. We'll jump into this jungle juice of trail mix. I mean, basically it's just all the candy you have on hand mixed up.
Yeah, throw in some pretzels, whatever you got. Some people put cereal in it. You could put like Chex Mix or Cheerios, Corn Pops, I don't know, whatever you got.
Pretty simple. I think the hardest thing about that was unwrapping all the Rolos.
It's like a sweet, salty mix.
Simple. That's kind of a space filler to
Yeah.
fill up the plate, but it's really good. Now for the star of the show. Ooh. This is looking pretty good.
This is the apple cider donut bread.
I've been smelling this one for a long time now.
It takes a long time to bake. Oh wow. I wasn't expecting that.
That's delicious. Maybe a little butter on there too? Ooh.
Definitely get some butter on there.
You did really well. It's not burnt or
I know,
overcooked
look
or
at
anything.
that. Show them that.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
It's so moist.
Great flavor.
I know people hate the word moist, but
So moist. It's the moistest thing I've had in my mouth in a long time.
this is a for sure make. This is good breakfast treat. A little coffee, a little tea.
Yes, do that. Check in the description below for these recipes. They're easy to follow, super simple. If you like this video, check out this video right here where Terry makes 5 easy football party recipes. Thanks again for following along, and join us next time when we try something else new for the first time.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. First timers.
High five.